Kingi Te Rata Mahuta is in London to petition King George V for the return of confiscated lands. They tell him to talk to the New Zealand government, but England faces its own crisis. After a century of peace in Europe, the assassination of an Austrian royal leads to a domino effect of countries declaring war on each other. When Germany threatens Paris, the Māori king sees England join France and declare war on Germany. At home, Prime Minister Bill Massey is quick to respond. Apirana Ngata encourages as many Māori as he can to join the fight. He believes if they serve alongside Pākehā, they could be seen as equals and take their place in New Zealand society. We send several expeditionary forces with the Māori contingent, soon to make their mark on New Zealand history. Anzacs with the Māori contingent await orders in Egypt, while England plans a risky attack on the Dardanelles Strait, a strategic waterway, to supply Russian allies and knock the Ottoman Empire out of the war. 3 platoons land under heavy fire at Gallipoli. Instead of a swift victory, they face a labyrinth of twisting slopes, leading to months of hillside trench warfare. In July, the Māori contingent arrives to relieve and support the troops. In August, Anzac forces climb the slopes, while Māori troops enter the warrens and dispatch terrified Ottoman infantry in close quarters melee combat. They capture and hold Chunuk Bair near the summit for 2 days, but Turkish forces retake the position, forcing the Anzacs back down the hill, a disastrous campaign. But it forged a new chapter in our nation's identity. Renamed the Māori Pioneer Battalion, they're sent to France. A 700-kilometre maze of trenches awaits them, the Western Front. For most Europeans, this is the first time they've ever seen a Māori. Even the letters NZ are a mystery. England and France plan to punch a hole in German lines, ending the war. The Battle of the Somme. 50 years earlier, their tupuna dug deep trenches to protect themselves from British assault. But now, they dig together on foreign soil. This is a German shell, designed to explode above their enemy, ripping them to shreds. This is where the term shell shock comes from. The Battle of the Somme is one of the bloodiest battles in history, taking over 1 million lives in its wake. Two years into World War I, no one wants to volunteer. Young men, practically children, go to war and never return. While Apirana Ngata writes a waiata encouraging Māori to enlist, some Māori find the idea of enlisting unconscionable. In the New Zealand Wars, Waikato Maniapoto faced raupatu, the confiscation of their land. So helping Pākehā with their war on the other side of the world? It's insulting, and it doesn't make sense. With reluctance, the government resorts to conscription, the draft, and they target Waikato Maniapoto as an example to those who don't want to join. But they still refused, because they were still fighting another war. The raupatu had never ended. Four years of war finally takes its toll, and Germany yields and surrenders. In Versailles, France, German diplomats are forced to sign a treaty. It blames Germany for the war, demands that they pay for it, hand over their colonies, and dismantle their army. It's a raupatu made of pen and ink. The Anzacs and Māori return home as heroes. For some Māori, war service will present new opportunities. For most, they face the same old problems. Some friendships forged with Pākehā during the war will last a lifetime. And with time, Waikato and the government will resolve their differences. And when the call to war came again, New Zealand with Māori are ready, together.